Now imagine that younger version of yourself who wanted to save every animal and send them the same reassurance and love. Acknowledge the kindness and bravery in your actions and let yourself feel a sense of peace knowing you did all you could. How does that feel so far?
I've always been an empath, especially with animals. Their pain, I carry it. I thought that made me a good person. I thought that is my superpower. That is what makes me a great coach. The fact that I can tune in to someone else's pain and see exactly what's happening. But lately, I have been feeling a crippling empathy that is more a wound. So, I'm going to do something that I never thought I would. I will ask ChatGPT to fix me. I will test ChatGPT to see how good of a coach he is. Hey, ChatGPT,
Hey, Georgia, what's up?
please act as a top level elite coach specializing in shadow work and inner child healing. Your task is to help me transform my exaggerated empathy for animals into a balanced, deeper compassion by healing my inner child.
All right, let's dive in. Think back to the event that had the most powerful emotional impact on you related to animals. What was happening and how did it make you feel at that moment? Let's uncover the core emotions and beliefs that experience planted in you so we can gently shift them into a balanced, compassionate perspective.
Mm, Well, there have been many events in my childhood. I used to bring all the stray dogs and cats and anything. I didn't discriminate inside. I wanted to rescue all of them. But actually, something happened this week, and I cannot stop thinking about it. I wanted time to pass, so the memory is less vivid.
I hear you. Let's focus on this recent event that's weighing on you. What exactly happened and what emotions are coming up for you when you think about it? By understanding the emotional intensity and the thoughts tied to it, we can start to heal that part of your inner child who felt the need to rescue and protect. This way, we can gently shift your empathy into a more sustainable, compassionate energy.
Well, a few days ago, I was walking inside the house and I saw my cat sitting in our balcony close to a corner. He was in that hunter position with his butt up, and I ran. And I knew that there is something in that corner, and he was ready to catch it. And I screamed, "Shushu, no!" But he jumped and he caught a baby bird, and I was screaming, "Shushu, no! Shushu, no!" And he ran inside the house with the baby bird in his mouth, and he let it go because I was yelling, shouting at him. And then that baby bird,
I can imagine how intense and upsetting that moment was for you. Seeing something so fragile in danger and feeling that rush of panic is really powerful. Let's sit with that feeling for a moment. What did that situation bring up for you? Was it a sense of helplessness, guilt, or maybe a deep-rooted need to protect? Acknowledging these emotions is the first step in transforming them into a more balanced and compassionate perspective for yourself and the world around you.
it was all of them. Let me tell you what happened next to get it off my chest.
I'm here, listening. Whenever you're ready to share, I'm ready to help you unpack it.
The baby bird crawled more than walked in the bathroom. I grabbed the box so I can put the bird inside.
That must have been a tender moment, seeing that little bird so vulnerable. What were you feeling as you tried to help it? Let's explore those emotions and what they might be echoing from your past.
Makes me very sad.
It's completely understandable to feel that sadness. That tenderness and deep empathy you feel for vulnerable creatures likely reflects a part of you that wants to nurture and protect. Let's acknowledge that inner child who once brought home all those strays, wanting to save them. By giving that inner part of you the same compassion and understanding, we can start to transform that overwhelming empathy into a balanced compassion.
The baby bird kept running away from me. And I managed to catch it and felt his heart beating. And I told him, I'm not going to hurt you. It's real therapy with ChatGPT. Poor connection. Let's try again.
That moment of connection, feeling the bird's heartbeat and speaking gently to it, shows just how deeply you care. It's a beautiful reflection of your compassion. Let's honor that part of you that wants to reassure and protect. By acknowledging this tenderness, we can help you find a way to channel it into a balanced compassion that also takes care of you.
I don't know if the bird made it because I had blood on my hand, but when I looked in the box, there was no blood. So maybe the wing was bleeding only. And I don't know if it was from the fall because it fell in my balcony or if my cat bit him. We have a net surrounding our balcony so the cat cannot go out. He's an indoor cat. And also, the birds only have a small area where they could possibly get in. So I took the bird and set it free in the garden by the tree, and it was the evening already. And then the next morning at 5 a.m., I could hear all the birds super, super noisy, making a lot of fuss. And I was thinking maybe they went to help him. When I woke up, I went outside to put some bird seeds next to the tree if this baby bird cannot fly. But he wasn't there anymore. But I don't know if he made it because he was in a pretty bad shape.
Thank you for sharing that. It's clear how much you care and how deeply this experience affected you. Not knowing the outcome can be really tough, and it's natural to feel that uncertainty and sadness. This compassion you showed to that tiny bird is a beautiful part of who you are. Let's honor that by also giving yourself the same gentle care and understanding. It's okay to feel this sadness, and by acknowledging it, you're already taking steps to transform that empathy into a balanced compassion for both others and yourself.
And what are the chances?
It's hard to say for sure, but birds are surprisingly resilient. Nature often has its own way of helping these little ones. Regardless of the outcome, your act of kindness gave it a fighting chance and showed the depth of your empathy and compassion.
And what I have been thinking.
It sounds like you've been reflecting a lot on this experience and what it means for you. What kind of thoughts have been coming up? Are you noticing any patterns or beliefs about yourself that this situation is bringing to the surface?
So, what I have been thinking is that if I would have been.
It's okay, take your time. If you feel that there's something you could have done differently, or if there's a sense of responsibility, let's explore that gently.
What I have been thinking is that if I would have been a second earlier, this wouldn't have happened.
It's natural to think that way, to wonder if a moment's difference could have changed the outcome. But it's important to remember that you acted with compassion and did your best in that moment. These feelings of if only often come from a place of deep care and a desire to protect. By acknowledging this, you can start to release the weight of that what if and embrace the fact that you did everything you could with a loving heart.
And what do I do now?
Now let's focus on giving yourself some grace. Acknowledge that you did your best in that moment and that your compassion is a strength. Take a few deep breaths and imagine sending that same kindness inward. You can also channel this empathy into something positive, like continuing to care for animals in ways that feel right for you, or even journaling about this experience to help process it. By embracing your inner child with compassion and understanding, you can transform these moments of pain into deeper self-awareness and balanced compassion.
Can you help
Absolutely.
me?
Of course. Let's begin by taking a slow, deep breath together. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, let go of any tension or self-judgment. Now imagine that younger version of yourself who wanted to save every animal and send them the same reassurance and love that you gave to that baby bird. Acknowledge the kindness and bravery in your actions and let yourself feel a sense of peace knowing you did all you could. How does that feel so far?
It's difficult. I want to cry.
It's okay to let those emotions flow. Crying can be a powerful way to release what you're holding inside. Allow yourself to feel it fully.
Okay, I cried for 90 seconds. I think that was the amount of time needed for an emotion to run through.
I'm proud of you for allowing yourself to feel and release that emotion. Let's continue with another simple practice. Close your eyes for a moment and place your hand over your heart. Take a slow, deep breath in and imagine a warm, gentle light filling your chest. As you exhale, let that light flow through your entire body, bringing a sense of calm and reassurance. Repeat this a few times, and with each breath, remind yourself that you're surrounded by love and understanding. This practice can help reinforce that balanced compassion and inner peace.
Okay.
Great job. Remember, every step you take towards self-compassion and healing is meaningful. You're not alone in this journey, and you have the strength within you to transform these experiences into a source of deeper compassion and inner peace. Whenever you need to, you can return to these practices and remind yourself of the love and empathy that you so naturally give to others.
Thanks. And what about my inner child?
Your inner child needs the same compassion and reassurance you offer to that little bird. Imagine speaking gently to that part of yourself, just like you did with the bird, telling it that it's safe and loved. By nurturing that inner child, you help heal those old wounds and transform that raw empathy into a balanced, enduring compassion. This practice of self-compassion and inner dialogue will help you feel more grounded and resilient as you move forward.
You cannot tell, but I'm crying again.
It's completely okay to cry again. Each wave of emotion is part of the healing process. Let those tears flow and know that you're creating space for more compassion and understanding within yourself. You're doing an amazing job of honoring your feelings and taking care of your inner self.
So, how do I do that? Really, how do I send the same compassion to my inner child?
One way is through a simple visualization. Close your eyes and picture yourself as a child, the same child who wanted to rescue all those animals. Imagine giving that younger version of you a warm hug, reassuring them that they are safe and loved. Speak to your inner child with the same kindness and gentle words you used with the bird, letting them know it's okay to feel and that you're there to support them. Over time, this practice helps you build a nurturing, compassionate relationship with that inner part of yourself, fostering healing and balance.
So, is the baby bird my inner child?
In a way, yes. The baby bird can symbolize your inner child, vulnerable, in need of care, and deserving of compassion. The way you instinctively wanted to protect and nurture that bird mirrors the care and empathy your inner child needs. By recognizing this connection, you can channel that same nurturing energy inward, helping to heal and support yourself just as you would any vulnerable being you care about.
So, why do I feel this crippling empathy?
That intense empathy often comes from a place of deep sensitivity and a strong desire to protect and care for others, especially when you see vulnerability. It's a beautiful quality, but it can feel overwhelming when it's not balanced with self-compassion and boundaries. Your inner child might still be carrying old feelings of responsibility or a need to rescue, which can amplify that empathy to a point where it feels crippling. By acknowledging and nurturing your inner child, you help integrate that empathy into a more balanced and sustainable form of compassion, both for others and for yourself.
What do I do next time?
Next time you feel that overwhelming empathy, pause and take a deep breath. Remind yourself that it's okay to care deeply, but also to set gentle boundaries. Offer yourself the same kindness you would offer to someone else in that moment. You can visualize your inner child and reassure them that you're there to protect and care for them too. Practicing this self-compassion regularly will help you maintain that balance so your empathy can be a source of strength rather than overwhelm.
One more question regarding those feelings that felt crippling, that sadness, grief, and then that guilt. How can I stop rejecting them? Because what we resist persists. And that's why I have been feeling them for a few days now.
You're absolutely right. What we resist does tend to persist. The key is to allow those feelings to be present without judging them. When you feel that sadness, grief, or guilt, try to sit with it for a moment. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel this way and that these emotions are a natural response to your deep empathy and care. By accepting these feelings and giving them space, they often lose their intensity. You can also gently remind yourself that those emotions are just visitors. They don't define you. Over time, this practice of acceptance will help you process and release these emotions more easily, allowing you to move forward with greater emotional balance.
Let's do a practice now for guilt. How can I embrace guilt?
All right, let's do a simple practice. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Imagine the guilt as a small, heavy stone you're holding in your hand. Acknowledge that the stone is there, but also recognize that it's just a part of your experience, not the whole of who you are. Now imagine setting that stone down gently in front of you, giving yourself permission to feel it without weigh you down. Remind yourself that feeling guilt is a sign of your empathy and care, but it doesn't mean you're at fault or that you need to carry it forever. With each breath, let that stone get a little lighter, knowing you can set it aside and move forward with the wisdom it brought you. This practice can help you embrace guilt as a part of your experience, but not let it control you.
That's great. Thanks. There is one more question though. Why would my inner child feel this need to protect?
The need to protect often comes from a place of empathy and a desire for safety and connection. As a child, you might have felt a strong urge to care for and protect others, especially if you were sensitive to the emotions and needs of those around you. This protective instinct can also arise if you experience situations where you felt the need to create a sense of safety or harmony. By understanding and acknowledging this inner drive, you can honor that part of yourself while also learning to balance it with self-compassion and boundaries as an adult.
That's another big subject to explore, right?
Absolutely. It's a deep and meaningful journey to explore those inner patterns and understand where they come from. Taking it step by step with compassion and curiosity can lead to profound healing and growth. Whenever you're ready to dive deeper, I'm here to support you on that path.
Okay, this last part was super fluffy.
Got it. Let's keep it more direct and grounded. Exploring those inner patterns can definitely uncover a lot about how your empathy developed and how to balance it. When you're ready, we can tackle it with practical steps and clear insights to help you grow and heal.
Mm, okay, thanks. Can you please tell me a joke to cheer me up?
Sure. How about this one? Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
That's the joke you always say. Tell me a joke to make my inner child smile.
All right, let's try a new one just for your inner child. Why was the computer cold? Because it left its windows open.
That's funnier. And my
All
inner
right, let's
child knows it because I went to the IT class from the 5th grade. I have been editing the video. I want to throw it in the trash. It is so embarrassing. It looks like a grown woman is crying over a little bird. It's not about the baby bird. You get it, right? I just came back from my run and I got this idea to ask ChatGPT. Hey ChatGPT, it's me.
Hey, gotcha, Georgia. What's on your mind?
I have been editing the video over the past days with the plan to post it on my YouTube channel. And I feel so embarrassed when I look at it. It's something I have never done before. And it looks like a grown woman is crying over a little bird like a baby when there are so many other terrible things happening in the world.
I get that feeling. It's natural to feel vulnerable when sharing something so personal. But remember, your empathy and honesty are what make you relatable and real. The world might have many harsh realities, but your experience is valid and meaningful. Showing that tenderness and compassion can inspire others to embrace their own feelings, no matter how small they might seem. Your courage to share this journey can resonate deeply with others who feel the same.
At the same time, I feel as a coach, I should have been over this self doubt by now.
It's totally normal to feel that way, even as a coach. Remember, growth is a continuous journey, and self-doubt can creep in for anyone, no matter how experienced they are. The fact that you're aware of it and working through it makes you even more authentic and relatable to those you help.
Is the video good?
Absolutely. Your authenticity and vulnerability will resonate with your audience.
How do you know?
Because people connect with genuine emotions and real stories. When you share your own challenges and growth, it shows that you're not just preaching ideals, but living them. Even if you can't see the full impact right now, every step you take to share your journey helps someone else feel less alone. That's powerful in itself.
If you found this video interesting and would like to go a level deeper, if someone in your past has hurt you, check out this next video where I am sharing the most transformative process that will set you free. And it involves writing a letter in 3 steps, a letter that you will never send. You will burn it instead.